Alright, good evening guys. We are setting up for a flight here out of Denver to Hilo, Hawaii on the Big Island. Will be an ETOPS flight. Today we'll be operating as ABX506 Heavy. Denver to Hilo, and then we'll be continuing over to our final destination of Honolulu. So we'll just do a quick island hop. Right now we're doing the preliminary flight deck check here, making sure everything is good. Alright, that's all good. We'll set up the FMS here. So it'll be Denver 39497. 39497. That works out good. To PHTO and GB506, and we're just going to use the co-route for this for tonight. So we'll do KDEN to PHTO 01. Invalid airway and flight plan. Alright. I might have to add this manually. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. Alright, that's the route right there. So GB506. And okay, so it did load up. Alright, so Q88 to Zarki, Q88 to Noon, Jet 146 to Las Vegas, Jet 9 to Clar, Jet 100 to Meissen, Jet 146 to Dag, Jet 9 to Lax, and 1308 to Elke, and Elke is going to be send 7 to Eber. That didn't work out. Let's go with R577. Alright, let's delete that. Well, it does go to yeah, that's not possible anyways. Alright, so R577 we'll go to ERROT. Still mismatch, eh? Okay, so I have to manually insert it to ETNIC. Okay, still not working. Alright, so it's gonna be EDTOO, EDSEL, rot. That's E-L-O-Y-E. And then Eber. We'll activate that. We'll do a light check here. Make sure everything's good. Alright, so for today we have alright, so ABX506, 24th of February at Denver to Hilo 767, cost index is 25. Zero fuel weight is 290.4, we'll put that in, 290.4. Reserves today we have, we'll highlight it, 4.8. And our initial altitude would be flight level 280. Cost index is 25. And step size, step climb will be 2,000. And we will go. Get clearance, and we'll send log on here. Get the APU going. Okay, we do have an ATC message here. Alright, clear to Hilo Airport, Conrad, or Connor 7, Warner transition, then as follows, climb via SID, accept. Okay, via SID, expect flight level 280 in 10 minutes. After departure, we'll go to the next page there. And squawk 4411, we'll accept that. 4411, and previous so 126.10. Climb via SID. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so we do have that's set up there. APU gen is working. We'll get that up and running. Yaw dampers can come on. Left and right. Cargo heat can come on. Get the bleeds on. Alright, and we'll put in our Takeoff Performance here. So we have for runway 25, it'll be a flaps 15, it'll be toga thrust. 21 degrees, V1 will be 152, 156, V2 is 162, and our winds are today is 270 at 18. Oops, at 18, temperature is 10. Alright, so that's where we have departure. It'll be Connor 7 Warner off of runway 25. And we will go through the departure in the briefing. For the push truck.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
All right. Alright, let's do our pre-flight checklist. Circuit breakers and emergency equipment checked, oxygen tested 100%, IRS selectors off, then nav, hydraulic panel is set, air conditioning and pressurization set. Window heat, we'll leave that off for now. Flight instruments, we have heading 172, altitude 5,400, throttles closed, fuel control switch is cut off, gear pin removed, parking brake is set. Pre-flight checklist complete. So weather, Denver weather at the moment, winds 270 at 18, gusting 27 knots. Visibility is 10 miles plus, a few clouds at 7,900, scattered at 21,900. Temperature dew point minus 11, altimeter 2,988. And for this particular aircraft, no MELs. The aircraft is airworthy. For NOTAMs, we'll bring the NOTAMs here. We have for Denver. Runway 25, we don't have anything, any NOTAMs for runway 25. There is a bunch of taxiways that are closed, but we are under ATC. Be the Connor 7 departure. Alright, that's good, NOTAMs. Noise abatement noise abatement procedure will be standard. We'll reduce thrust at 1,000 feet above elevation, airport elevation. And as far as the Connor 7 departure off of runway 25, climb on heading 263 to 5934, then climb direct across foams at or below 10,000, then on track 248 to cross Tavern at or above 12,000. So we have foams at 10,000 below, Tavern at 12,000 above, Vone at 14,000, Tebow at 16,000 and above, Connor at 17,000 and above, and then Warner after. So that's all good. Accelerate at 250 knots or greater upon reaching 10,000. If slower speed is required to meet crossing, which advise clearance delivery prior to taxi. We shouldn't have any issues as far as meeting those requirements. And MSA within 30 miles of runway 16 left is 10,200. LNAV and VNAV for automation. And we'll just put in our ETOPS. So we're going to put, that's going to be after Edico. So what we're going to do is we're going to go N 2827.9 west. 2827.9 west 137 18. So we're just putting in our critical point here. No, so that's not gonna work there. It's gonna be here, yeah. And then Edico. Perfect. And that's our that's going to be our critical point. For our ETOPS here, we're looking at alright, so if we're looking for okay, we're going to use the Vandenberg Air Base as our ETOPS there. So that's going to be 489 for that. Alright. KVBG 489. And we're going to use San Francisco. So once we pass 489 miles from Vandenberg Air Base, we are at that point we are in the ETOPS segment. So San Francisco, prior to 9:29, if anything happens, we'll return back to San Francisco. So we have everything set up here basically for ETOPS. Alright, let's do the emergency briefing here. We'll I'll bring up the FOP again. So Alright, in case of malfunction prior to V1, I'll call reject. We'll use maximum reversers with brakes. I'll notify air traffic controller at ABX506 heavy stopping, and once we've come to a complete stop, I'll set the parking brake and we'll follow with ICAS actions. If we have a malfunction after V1, nothing will be done except silence the oral warnings. We will climb to the engine altitude, which is 1,000 feet above the airfield elevation. At that point, we'll push the level off the aircraft, clean the aircraft on schedule, and we will need, we are obviously will be over our maximum landing weight here, so we will have to coordinate with ATC so we can hold to dump about 60 tons of fuel. So we'll definitely need about 20 or 30 minutes of holding time for that. If we need to return to the field immediately, we'll notify ATC and we'll go ahead with our QRH overweight landing. And the MSA is 30 miles, within 30 miles is 10.2. Emergency briefing is complete. And what we'll do is we'll get to the Denver to Denver, JB506, and we're going to use the longest runway if we have to come in with an overweight landing. So the longest runway will be we do have a significant crosswind here, so we're gonna have to we'll return back to runway 26. That should be okay. That's gonna be our rate. So we've been cleared to pressurize here, and we're going to start closing up some doors. Igniters 2. That looks good. And flight level 230 is the top of altitude for our SID. And we'll be heading 263. 5.2 for the trim, and we'll get our before start checklist here. Okay, so fuel we have 98,000. Windows locked, seatbelt sign on, door light out, MCP V2162, heading 263, flight level 230 set for the initial. We'll have LNAV selected. Takeoff thrust is Toga. Our takeoff speed is 152 for V1, VR 156, V2 162. CDU pre-flight completed. Trim 5.2 units. Rudder 0 and 0. Taxi and well, the takeoff briefing is complete. We'll just go over the taxi brief real quick. So at the moment we are at the cargo ramp here. We'll plan for Sierra Charlie onto Mike, and then from there on it'd be one of these entry points here. So it'd be Alpha November right across, and then Foxtrot or Golf, and then Golf to runway 25. So it's going to be a bit of a taxi. All right, close that off. Our taxi and takeoff briefing completed, and red eye tag collision light on, and we're basically ready for start and push back here.
Round to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, parking brake released.
Starting for spec, and you may start engines.
All right, packs off. Got the engine page there. Alright, so what do we have? So ground. East ground. 121.5. Tower for 25 is 128.75. We'll be starting the right engine, then the left engine. We're starting right, and 2 spooling up. All right, EGT rising and 1 spooling.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, we have a good start on the right engine. We'll start the left engine here. N2 spooling. I'm gonna wait for 18%. 18%. EGT rising. N1 spooling up. Alright, so it looks like there's going to be a runway change. It'll be off runway 35 left. So it's going to be a shorter taxi here. So you know what, in that case, we'll use 3-5 left, and if we need to
PHTO is
return with an
disconnected and bypass pin
immediate
has been removed. Hand signal on the right.
landing,
See you
we'll use
next
the
time,
longer
and have a safe flight.
runway, which will be 3-4 left. Alright, we'll see you on the right side with the pin out. Get the pin out there, that's perfect. We'll give them the thumbs up. Alright, we have a good start. Both continuous. Window he can come on. Packs can come on. Left and right isolation off. APU off. And APU gen off. Let's do the after start checklist. Probe heat on, anti-ice off, left and right isolation valve is off, fuel control switches is run and locked, flight deck door closed and locked. We'll do a flight control check here. Alright, full left. Full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder left, rudder right, neutral. Alright, before taxi checklist recall. Recall checked, flight control check, flaps 15, set, auto brakes to RTO, speed brake lever is down. Ground equipment, clear left and clear right before taxi checklist is complete.
Walker 306 Denver Center, radar contact. And Walker 306, climb maintain for level 230.
Denver ground ABX506 heavy. We're facing east on Sierra Charlie. Request taxi. We'll like 3-5 left for departure. We have whiskey on board.
ABX506 heavy, Denver ground. We're advertising we are advertising north runways now. ABX506 heavy, runway 35 left, taxi via Alpha.
Our taxi via Alpha. We're actually facing east on Sierra Charlie. I guess we'll have to make a right turn there on Sierra Alpha to catch Alpha.
Okay, if you can make the turn, if not Sierra Charlie to Mike and Alpha is fine as well.
Okay, sounds good to us. ABX506 heavy.
At 472 Denver, just changed up that strong west wind died down, so that you can change to the runway 35 left transition. Walker 306, contact Denver Center 127.02.
Alright, so we're definitely going to have to brief the new departure here. Alright, so off of runway 35 left will be climb runway heading. It'll be 353. Set that up.
Walker 306 Denver Center, climb and maintain for level 380.
353. Then climbing left turn direct foams that are below 10,000. Then obviously continue with the sit there. Let's see if it changes at all with 32019. Okay. (152, 156, 162), nothing at all. Nothing changed really on our performance. Okay, so we do have to program it here. 35 left, okay. And that's all good there, are we? And tower's going to be on 133.3. Quite a bit of thrust here, just going up. Alright, flaps 15 is configured. Let's review the takeoff briefing. So we did have a switch here. Runway 35 left. We have there'll be a toga thrust, max takeoff. V1 is 152, VR 156, V2 162 will be a pax off departure. Thrust reduction at 1,000 feet above airport elevation. MCP, we have 162 set for V2, heading 353. Initial climb altitude, flight level 230, we have LNAV selected. And for our departure, we have 126.1 for departure frequency. Transponder set to 4411. We'll get the packs off here. Alright, let's do the before takeoff checklist. Takeoff briefing is reviewed, and before takeoff checklist completed. And we'll go over to switch to tower here, 133.3. Denver tower, ABX506 heavy, ready to go runway 35 left.
ABX506 heavy, Denver tower, runway 35 left, cleared for takeoff, wind 3109er.
Clear for takeoff, 35 left, ABX506 heavy. Alright, clear on the right, clear on the left. Get the strobes on, wing. Transponder can come on. And landing lights as well. Takeoff. 80 knots, thrust set. V1, rotate. Pause the rate, gear up. Alright, we're going to do VNAV here. And we're going to make that left turn. VNAV speed.
ABX506 Heavy, contact downward departure.
Denver departure, ABX506 Heavy. Alright, speed check flaps 5. Denver departure, ABX506 Heavy 7.4, climbing via the Connor 7 departure.
ABX506 Heavy, Denver departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb, maintain flight level 230, ABX506 Heavy. Speed check flaps 1.
472, contact Denver approach, 120.35.
And speed check flaps up. Thrusts here. Left command on. Okay, we'll climb direct. $10,000. Lights off, logo lights off, left packs to auto.
Get 472 Denver approach, Denver altimeter 29902, thank you for X-ray, and expect a visual approach runway 35 left.
Right pack to auto. Now let's do the after takeoff checklist. Landing gears up and off, no lights, flaps up. And altimeters, we have 2988 set on both sides. After takeoff checklist complete.
Just north of Ogden Airport in Utah. Just looking to see if we can get flight following to Pocatello. Step 5 Mike Tango, what's the code for your destination? KPIH, Kilo Papa India Hotel. Mike Tango, squawk 6377 ident. 6377, wall ident.
Passing flight level, passing 18 or flight level 180 standard set. Cross check passing flight level 185. So we got quite of a shortcut there. ATIS changed right when we were ready to taxi, so it was a short taxi to runway 35 left.
ABX50, correction, ABX506 heavy, contact Denver Center 133.67.
133.67, ABX506 heavy.
Jet 58 Mike Tango radar contact, 5 miles northeast Ogden Airport, Salt Lake City, altimeter 3016, maintain VFR.
Put that on before. Denver Center, ABX506, passing flight level 214 for flight level 230.
ABX506, I'll maintain flight level 280.
Climb maintain flight level 280, ABX506. Alright, flight level 280, checked. Most likely, what was our step altitude?
Target Mike Tango, contact Salt Lake Center 133.25.
So most likely it'll probably be around early morning when we land at Hilo.
United 472, contact Denver approach 123.85.
2385 for United.
800 to go.
Salt Lake Approach, that's 58 Mike. Salt Lake Center, that's 58 Mike Tango with you, 10,500.
Accept 58 Mike Tango, Salt Lake Center, E Logan, altimeter 3016.
3016, thanks.
VNAV path.
Approach KDEN-PHTO
472 Denver approach, Denver altimeter 2992. Block present heading, vector visual approach runway 35 left, descend and maintain 8,000.
Present heading, vector visual approach 35 left to 8,000, United 472.
Alright, so let's bring up the OFP here, show you guys what the route is. part of Denver. We'll go over to Salt Lake Center, and then over to Los Angeles. And from there, we'll be in contact with Oakland Oceanic. Let's take a look at our, so we do have, this is our entry point. So we've used the 60-minute out of Vanderport Air Base there. However, we are going to divert to San Francisco or if there's any malfunctions prior to the entry or after. And then at that point, prior to crossing the critical point, if we need to divert, we'll divert to San Francisco. Alright, so looking at the weather prognosis here, so we do have a jet stream going the opposite direction, flight level 330. So we're well south, or we're well south of that, where we might get some residual turbulence off of the jet stream there. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll be doing a step climb around here up to flight level 300.
Yeah, 472, turn left heading 080.
So we do have moderate turbulence here and here. That's well north of our route there. We won't have to worry about that. So this is what the dispatcher was talking. Alright, so along the way there, after past our critical point, we have we entering an area of moderate turbulence between flight level 250 and flight level 430. Cruising here at around flight level. We'll be cruising at flight level 320 here. So we'll keep an eye on that. We might get some bumpy chops for about 30-40 minutes as we cross over the area. And there is a jet stream that we will be crossing below. We'll be crossing the jet stream below here. So the jet stream here is flight level 410. So we're well below that, so I don't expect any turbulence off of the jet stream. More of the area here.
Number 472, visual 350.
You headed 472 Denver Tower, am I 3
And then from then on, it should be pretty clear. With the weather at Hilo. Let's look at our TAF here. Airport forecast. So we're planning to land at 10:18, 10:16, all right. So we've got 240 at 6 knots, 6 miles plus, possible 6 showers in the vicinity, scattered at 25, broken at 45. got Honolulu as our alternate. So, just have to keep an eye on that moderate turbulence area. Copy that route.
Film 290 and back down the viewpoint. And 472 tag marking Echo Charlie Lima, any entry to the ramp of your choice after that, on a ground scale.
To the ramp, Echo Charlie Lima, you have 472 now.
So that was our departure for part 1. And once we get closer to Hilo, I'll go ahead and stream part 2 for the arrival. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you for part 2.